Viewers, getting some big breaking updates coming in. Former Pakistan cricketer Danish Kaneria has now narrated persecution of minorities in Pakistan. He spoke before a US Congressional briefing at the Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. today. This is very, very important, viewers, and we'll also have that entire statement of Kaneria. And remember, who is Danish Kaneria? Danish Kaneria was Pakistan's Hindu minority cricketer. He has opened up about discrimination and he said his career took a setback due to discrimination and he was denied equal respect in Pakistan. He's talking about the persecution of minorities in Pakistan. These are back-to-back updates coming in right now on Republic TV, viewers. And he was speaking at the Congressional briefing in Washington, D.C. on the plight of minorities in Pakistan. Let's go and play out what Danish Kaneria had to say.
There were so many people, they wanted me to convert. They said, get converted, you get converted and then we will help you out, we will go protest this. I said no. For me, Dharam is the first. So they pressured me and they did everything to try to do it. And then what was happening in the school also, my children were going to school, they were getting that remarks of discrimination and all that, and they were trying to, because in the school they were trying to say you need to read the Quran Sharif. But my children said we cannot. Because it didn't happen in our days when we were in the school. Everything which you all showed, because I have been part of Karachi and Sindh and have seen it, that lot of conversation is happening, but the girls are getting raped, they are being cut into the pieces and thrown away if they don't do it. So that's the thing which really hit me.
All right, let's go straight across to our guest who's joining us right now, Mr. Utsav Chakraborty, Executive Director, Hindu Action, joining us live on this broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Religious discrimination in Pakistan is not new, serious issue, human rights issue, where we see that Christians, Hindus, Sikhs and others have been discriminated against. In some cases, there has been violent action taken on them. Hindu cricketer who played for Pakistan, who represented Pakistan on the global stage, is saying that even he was discriminated against. Mr. Chakraborty, your reaction and analysis on this?
Well, thank you for airing this, because we had a congressional briefing just a couple of hours ago at the Capitol Hill today, and it was mainly aimed at educating members of Congress, US Congress, and their staffers. And it was very, very brave of Danish Kaneria to come out and speak in front of the members of Congress. And as the speech you saw, it goes into details about how he was targeted and discriminated against, despite being one of the most popular and successful players in Pakistan. And it's quite ironic that he had to wait so many years to speak up, because he still remains the last Hindu player to play for the Pakistani cricket team. And the briefing actually covered a whole lot of issues in terms of the data, the psychological analysis of the victims, as well as some of the other details of how Americans, especially the US State Department, can put pressure on Pakistan, because it's a country that is dependent on foreign aid for a lot of things, to ensure that the Hindus and the Sikhs and the Christians and other religious minorities, the Hazaras, actually get to live human lives. The state of Pakistan and its constitution is designed to treat religious minorities as third-class citizens, not only second-class, like they are treated inhumanly. So that's something that we were covering today's briefing.
Mr. Chakraborty, I just want to put a focus once again on what the former Pakistan cricketer had to say, and our viewers also heard that statement. We played it out for our viewers, where he was saying a very, very, very straightforward, that there was a lot of pressure on him to convert, a lot of pressure on him to convert. It did not matter that he was somebody, he was a minority player who represented Pakistan, and he was somebody who was very well respected as an international cricketer. That did not matter. And in this context, I would also tell our viewers, and maybe you can expand on this, is that there are reports coming in, international reports point out towards Pakistan treating its minorities worse and worse by the year. The situation in Pakistan is not improving, even after a lot of international condemnation.
That's correct. And one of the things that we are now demanding, and that needs to be really addressed, is that the measure of whether Pakistan is actually taking care of its minorities or not can be only taken by the demographics. Because in the past, what has happened is they do lip service in the name of so-called protection of minorities, and the money just vanishes, and they get a lot of international aid using that kind of argument. So our demand is that there needs to be a demographic measure of the health of the minorities. If their population continues to decline, then they are not being treated equally. And that is something that we are pushing forward. I hope that more and more people around the world, the IMF, the World Bank, as well as Western governments, use that as a matrix of measurement in terms of the security of minorities.
Right. Right. And also, I would like to ask you that, do you think that there is a solution on site? Do you think that, given the fact that Pakistan continues to deny the kind of violence that's being meted out to the minorities, given the fact that also, this is not connected, but they also deny terrorism emanating from its soil, Pakistan is under the radar of so many countries right now, but the situation is not improving. What will it take for Pakistan to start respecting its minorities, Mr. Chakraborty?
That's a very good question, because to be honest with you, the very fundamentals of Pakistan and on discriminating and treating religious minorities, especially Hindus, as the other, as the kafir, or however you want to present it. But that is ingrained in their constitutional and legal process. So it is a long shot for Pakistan to reach a position where they can actually treat their religious minorities equally. And it is ironic that it is not just Hindus who are treated as third-class citizens. Even Muslims, the Shias, the Ahmadiyas are actually treated even worse. They are killed all the time, even though they are a Muslim sect. And Pakistan even denies them their own faith. So it is a country that is way beyond repair. But at the same time, there is a big chunk of humanity that lives there. There are millions of Hindus that live there. There are millions, hundreds of thousands of Sikhs that live there. So it is our endeavor to continue to pursue this goal and ensure that better and better ideas are framed to make Pakistan at least treat them with some dignity.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Utsav Chakraborty, Executive Director, Hindu Action, for joining us live, where we see that Danish Kaneria has spoken out against discrimination, which he had to face, even though he was an international cricketer. He said there was pressure on him to convert, and his career was being stalled because he was a Hindu.